What you're looking at right now is not just a car. It's a statement, a reminder of an era when automobiles were built to impress, to dominate the road with presence, elegance, and raw engineering confidence. This Cadillac V16 represents the soul of classic American luxury, reborn with a modern touch that feels both nostalgic and powerful. At first glance, the design immediately commands attention. The long, sweeping rear, the wide stance, and the beautifully sculpted curves feel like something straight out of the golden age of motoring. This isn't a car that rushes for attention with aggressive lines or sharp edges. Instead, it earns respect quietly through proportion, balance, and detail. The deep emerald green paint reflects light like polished jewelry, giving the car a timeless richness that modern metallic colors often fail to achieve. The rear view is especially striking. The subtle tail fins are a respectful nod to Cadillac's iconic design language, while the modern LED-style taillights bring the car firmly into the present. Chrome detailing is used sparingly but perfectly, outlining the exhausts, bumper, and trim without ever feeling excessive. This is luxury that doesn't need to shout. The Cadillac V16 badge itself carries enormous weight. Historically, the V16 name was reserved for the most exclusive and powerful Cadillacs ever built. These were cars made for presidents, industrialists, and icons. Seeing that badge again instantly tells you this vehicle isn't about practicality, it's about prestige. Move your attention to the proportions, and you'll notice how long and elegant this car feels. The extended rear deck, flowing fenders, and wide wheel arches give it a sense of motion, even when standing still. The chrome wire wheels complete the classic luxury look, reminding us of a time when craftsmanship mattered as much as performance numbers. Now let's talk about what this car represents under the skin. While exact mechanical details can vary depending on whether this is a concept, rest-a-mod, or tribute build, the spirit of the V16 remains the same. Power delivered smoothly, effortlessly, and silently when needed. A V16 engine isn't about racing, it's about refinement. The ability to cruise at speed with barely a whisper from the engine, delivering power like a wave rather than a punch. This kind of engine is designed for confidence, not aggression. You don't rev it hard to prove a point. You let it glide. You let it remind you that true luxury doesn't need drama. Inside, a Cadillac V16 would traditionally focus on comfort above all else. Deep leather seating, rich materials, and a cabin designed to feel like a private lounge rather than a cockpit. The idea isn't to surround the driver with screens and distractions. It's to create an environment where driving feels relaxed, controlled, and dignified. The steering wheel would be large and comfortable, encouraging smooth inputs rather than sharp movements. The dashboard layout would favor symmetry and simplicity, reinforcing the feeling that this car was built for long, elegant journeys rather than short bursts of excitement. Driving a car like this isn't about lap times or cornering limits. It's about the experience. The feeling of rolling down a quiet road, sunlight reflecting off the hood, with the engine barely working as it carries the weight of the car effortlessly forward. It's about presence. When this car arrives somewhere, people notice, not because it's loud, but because it's beautiful. This Cadillac V16 also represents something deeper in today's automotive world. At a time when cars are becoming smaller, more digital, and more disposable, this vehicle stands as a reminder of permanence, of craftsmanship, of design meant to last decades, not software updates. It's not trying to compete with modern supercars or electric vehicles. It exists in its own space, a space where luxury is defined by comfort, style, and emotional connection rather than raw performance statistics. Of course, this kind of car isn't for everyone. It's not practical for daily commuting. It's not built for fuel efficiency, and it doesn't pretend to be. This is a car for collectors, enthusiasts, and people who appreciate history as much as innovation. People who understand that some cars are not just transportation, but rolling art. And that's what makes this Cadillac V16 so special. It doesn't follow trends, it doesn't chase relevance, it simply exists as a tribute to what Cadillac once stood for, the absolute pinnacle of American automotive luxury. In a world where everything is moving faster, louder, and more aggressively, this car chooses elegance. It chooses grace. It reminds us that sometimes the most powerful statement you can make is silence, confidence, and timeless design. This isn't just a car you drive, it's a car you experience, a car you remember. And for those lucky enough to own or even see one in person, it leaves a lasting impression that no spec sheet can ever fully explain.